Hey, beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. And we are here today to talk about Basketball Wives. Don't know what season, but this is episode 2. Um, if you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. And I will probably say that again in the end, but let's get to the episode. It actually starts off exactly where it left off with Malaysia and Brandy over there kind of fighting or whatever. And they're getting nowhere fast. So as they're talking and getting nowhere, Brandy is like, listen, my issue is that you telling people that we good and we not good. I'm like, that's your issue? When did that become your issue? Okay. And Malaysia turns around. Who told her that I said we're good? Because obviously we're not good. And everybody's like, oh, I ain't say it. I ain't say it. So we ended with Malaysia saying, listen, I just got a lot about me that you don't like. So, I'm a lot of things you don't like, and that's that. So they get up and they start this really sad music, and everybody is looking very affected. And Brooke gets up to go talk to Brandy, and what's her name? Jennifer talks to Malaysia. So, they're Brooke is talking to Brandy. She's explaining her point. She's crying, but she's just like, not a huge deal. I'm over it. I don't care. And then Malaysia's telling Jennifer the same thing. I don't care. I don't care. And Jennifer's like, you don't care. And she's like, I don't care. But you can obviously see that she cares. She's hurt. Like, they were really good friends. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not going to keep saying that it's not real, even though I don't know how much I believe it, you guys. But yeah, if this is true, then it's really sad because they were really close friends. Okay, so I stand corrected. Jennifer was asking her, you don't miss her. And she just kept saying, you don't miss her, you don't miss her, until Malaysia finally said, I don't miss her. And yeah, again, I still don't believe her. All right, so then we get the normal opening scene with all the different women doing all the different things. And we have Angel and Brooke at dinner. Angel's belly is huge. And I'm like, but y'all wanted us to think that just yesterday or a week ago, they couldn't tell she was pregnant. Okay. And Jennifer is with this random, yeah, I have no idea who she is, but she's in every scene and she has a name under there. I just haven't really paid attention to it, but she's explaining to her that she got a tattoo on her, wrapped around her foot, and she was saying how painful it was, but it says, Mom, guide my steps. And she's like, whenever she has a bad day, she just looks down at her foot and she's like, Mom, help me out because I'm about to kill somebody, I'm about to murder somebody. And I'm like, maybe you shouldn't talk about murder, you and your ex-man. I'm just kidding. That's not her fault. Um, but yeah, I guess, cute little scenes. Oh, we have, what's her name? Um, Crazy Jackie talking to Doug and saying how, it's weird with him not being there. And he's talking about how much fun he's having doing what he's doing. And she's like, well, we'll be fine. We'll just FaceTime. All right, next we have a scene that I refuse to watch again. Brooke and what's her name? Brandy. They go to this piercing place. I guess it's Brooke's piercing place because he knows her. And she said this is the last thing she's going to do to her body, but she's getting her nipples pierced. And I'm like, why they keep covering up her boobies? She's having a nip slip and she's not fixing it. But that's why, because she had them out so that she can get them pierced. And Brandy's like, oh, okay. And I'm like, y'all barely know each other. And you all like, hey, come see my nipples. God damn it. Y'all, Brandy got on this cute flesh tone bodysuit. It's so cute. I swear to God, if I lose a few pounds, then I can wear that with my jeans and some cute open-toed sandals or whatever. Oh my God, super cute. But yeah, I thought it was really sweet that Brooke, took the time out to say, listen, I really am very sorry to hear about your dad and his passing. So, I mean, I just feel like nobody has really said that to her in this whole time. Wolf died, y'all. Everybody knows Wolf died. It's not funny. I'm not making fun of the fact that Wolf died. May he rest in peace. But she's inviting her to her birthday party. So I'm assuming everybody's going to be there. And Brandy is in the confessional saying, listen, if Malaysia want to act this way, I'm just going to take this time out to get to know other people. And I'm like, yeah, that's why you're getting to know other people, because we all know that when Malaysia and her get together and they're good, they're like, and I never really subscribed to the whole mean girl thing, but they were mean girls together, because they were like what and what. And as Rox would call her, single black female, she definitely was. And there was, Malaysia could do no wrong, and she was her shadow, and it was always two on whoever. So yeah, I mean, I think it's actually good that Brandy is getting to meet and talk to other people. And one thing I can say about this cast, you guys, it's pretty women on this cast. They got a beautiful cast here. All right, so then we have Duffy and her, I guess, fiance, and Angel and Hollywood. Is that his name? Hollywood? I think it is Hollywood, something like that. But they're having a dinner together, and you could tell that something's off. So Duffy's like, "Yeah, what's going on with you guys? How you guys?" And Angel is just like giving one word answers, and she's just like not there. And come to find out, he's like, "Oh, we're both really strong in personalities or whatever." And apparently they got into it. Angel's like, listen, this is what you get when we get into it and you don't try to make amends or make it right or whatever. I start acting like this. And I'm like, but girl, you have company. So you probably want to put that shit to the side for a minute while you entertain. Like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? She was acting real funky. And it's like, I get it. We've all been there where you have to kind of grin and bear it, really, when you're just like, oh my God, didn't know if I get on my nerves right here. But you got to grin and bear it. And especially because you are the one that's hosting. Are you kidding me that you about to just come and act funky to your guests because you got an issue with this man? All right, so we move on from the dinner to a Duffy breakdown. And you guys, Duffy is so pretty. I just wish she would tone back on the makeup just a little bit, but she's pretty. And I like her better with just her real hair. Like, I'm jumping ahead, but when they go to get their toes and stuff done and she takes off the wig, even though, yo, they laid that black wig on her. Yes, they did. But I'm jumping ahead again. But when she took off the wig and had just her hair, her regular hair, and I'm not gonna say bald head. She's not bald headed, but her shortcut, it looks so cute. And then what's funny, y'all? You know what's funny is that they always try to act like white women or exotic women or whatever look so much better. And I'm not even trying to be shitty to Angel Brinks or whatever, but she's not. She's like the least attractive person on the cast, and it's like all these beautiful melanated black women are killing her. But again, no shade to her, no shade. But anyway, we got Angel, and she's telling, the behind the scenes of her looking at YouTube and becoming a DJ, and now she DJs for French Montana. Okay. Yeah, why they show Duffy's baby? Beautiful little baby, and the first thing they show is her spitting up. Like, they zoom in on her face while she's spitting up. Number one is gross. Number two, why are you showing that baby in a light like that? Like, she is a really cute kid, and why are you showing her like that? But they come to visit, and then they talk about her kind of slowing down or whatever. And she's like, I don't really want to slow down. She's like, that's like me telling you, oh, hey, why don't you just stop doing what you love? And I mean, I get it, because she was saying during COVID, everything slowed down and they were able to be together. And now he just really kind of wants her home. But, she loved what she loved. Let the girl DJ. Y'all, next we have Malaysia, and I'm sorry, but and I'm always mentioning her. I'm sorry, but she's my fave. And so I pick up the stuff she be saying, but rock. So it's Malaysia and Zelda Monster. I'm sorry, that's what she called him, and I can't say his name without calling him Zelda Monster like rocks. But and shout out to it's rocks. But how about they going out, I guess, for not a cocktail, but just some kind of a drink and sit down and talk or whatever. And he's Gucci'd out, Gucci hat, Gucci shirt. It's too much. Like, it doesn't even match. But I guess because it's Gucci, it doesn't matter. I guess. She's Fendi'd out. Fendi head wrap, Fendi. It's just too much. It's too many labels. Oh my God, it's so much. But she's telling him how stressed she is and everything. And then she gets into this cry. All right, y'all. Malaysia is blowing me. I swear to God, she is. Oh, and he even has on Gucci pants and I think gym shoes. Lord. Anyway, and I don't know if her bodysuit is Fendi. I think it is, but I can't really tell. But anyway, I thought it was interesting that when she's doing her little voiceover, she's explaining how Zelda Monster is cool with her and Brandy and whatever. And I'm like, so you do have mutual friends. When Brandy said we have mutual friends and you said no, we don't, you do. You just said you do. So, okay. But he's telling her, she's talking about Brandy and how, you know, they outgrown each other. They don't know each other no more. And I think it's only been like 3 years, she said, or something, 2 or 3 years. And I'm like, dang, y'all grew that much? Even though, I mean, you're supposed to grow and evolve, but damn. And she's like, yeah, we don't know each other, this and that. And he's like, yeah, you guys are on two different paths. You're a real single mom. And she says she's settled now, though. I don't know what that means. But she was like, back then I was newly single and now I'm settled. And at the time, Brandy wasn't single, though. I don't even know if she's single now. Like, I don't have no idea what's going on with her guy, her co-parent or whatever. No, they were married. Her husband or ex-husband, I don't know. But anyway, he's going on and on about how she's a great mom, this and that or whatever, and she just starts trying to make herself cry. Yeah, I was looking at her face and I'm like, she's determined to get it out. I'm like, do it. Do it. Go for it. You got it. You got it. And she did. And she starts crying and saying a bunch of nothing. Oh my God, just leave me alone. I'm just trying, just leave me alone. And she doesn't know about my depression and leave me alone. And just really crying. And I'm just like, what are you saying? What are you talking about? What is wrong with you? Like, really, what's wrong with Brandy? I mean, not Brandy, Malaysia, you guys. I mean, I guess she said she's going through depression. I don't know. So I'm definitely not making fun of it. But I don't know. It just seems very, very put on. And I just want her to stop all this crying. Okay, that was rude and insensitive during Mental Illness Awareness Week. Is that what it is? Mental Illness Awareness? Yeah. Not week, month. And so I'm not trying to make fun of her. And if she needs to cry, she needs to feel her feels and get that shit out. That's fine. I just want us to move on with this show with her not crying so much and it's just coming out of nowhere. She did the same thing with Jackie. The shit just came out of nowhere. So I just want Malaysia to go back to being Malaysia. Yeah, so I stand corrected. They're actually not getting their feet done. They're sitting in these chairs and they have, it's so funny because they all have men except one doing their hair. So we have uh, Brandy, Duffy, Brooke, and British. And they're all talking about getting ready for Brooke's party. And she's saying that Jennifer can't make it. She's going to be out of town. She invited everybody, including Malaysia. And everybody gets quiet and looks at Brandy. Brandy's like, I love that girl. And they like, what? Like, what the fuck are you saying? Like, just yesterday. So Duffy gives her a high five, like, oh, you team Malaysia today. And so they're all just like really confused. And I mean, I get it. You're going to be back and forth or whatever. Maybe this is her way of saying, listen, I'm going to try to make up with her. I'm going to extend an olive branch. Because if they're both just like butting heads constantly and nobody is giving in, they're never going to get anywhere. But these women were like absolutely sincerely confused. All right, y'all. Once again, I gotta give it to them. They laying his hair. Now they got Brandy looking like a straight drag queen. Whoever did her makeup, it's a no. And I feel like they're messing up on the makeup with everybody. But they laying the hair. Duffy's hair. Listen, she took off this braided wig, showed her bald head. Well, it's not bald, but she got her hair and she got her regular blonde hair and it was cute. But then they put on this black bone straight wig, and when I tell you, he laid the entire shit out of that wig. I just kept looking like, oh my God, it looks like it definitely could be her hair. That's crazy. But anyway, they're talking about Duffy and her guy, and they've been together for 9 years. He can't come to the party though because he got the baby. So it's all good. Brooke is married. I can't remember if she was married or if she was engaged. Is it the same guy as before when she was on the show? I honestly cannot remember. The only thing I remember about Brooke is that she was about it. Like she would go there, and then I think I eventually felt like she was doing too much in the very end. She was like popping off for no reason. at the very end. But I mean, Jackie will take you there because I think her and Jackie got into it. Her and somebody got into it. But I did like her. So right now, the vibe is cool. All right, so we have Angel Brinks at her studio, and I can't tell you what they said because I fast forwarded it. I fast the fuck forward. Shout out to Alexander Rogers. um, and then we get Duffy and British, and they meet up for a drink, and they're talking about, how Brandy and Malaysia are like a toxic relationship. And at the very moment when they're talking, I'm like, wait a minute, Duffy came in as somebody's friend, as somebody's cousin, somebody's something that they've been knowing for a long time. And yes, it was Brandy. She came in with Brandy, and we get a flashback of Malaysia being jealous. Like, I don't like her. And Duffy has never really been problematic. Like, I don't remember her doing a whole heck of a lot, but I don't remember her being problematic. I don't. Um, Even all that stuff with who was she finna fight? Tammy. Like, I just didn't feel like she deserved all that. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I felt like it was just like over the top. But that was Tammy. And truth be told, if Tammy was still on the show, I wouldn't be watching it. Period. Like, I just felt like she was just a waste. And I'm sure I'm probably gonna hear somebody's mouth about that because everybody loves Tammy and the Bonnet Chronicles, and y'all know how I feel about people going outside and doing whatever. Don't film in your bonnet. But anyway, they're talking about Malaysia and, Brandy and how they feel like a breakup. And, Brandy is still in love with Malaysia. And once they get back together, though, they don't know how the dynamic is going to be. And British is like, nah, I have faith that she's still going to want to hang out and everything. And Duffy is just like, yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. Oh, you guys, this is going to be new to me. Maybe I fell asleep on it, but I guess I didn't finish the episode because we have more. We are now at Brooke's party, and she looks pretty. Her little outfit, her ponytail and everything. Everyone looks nice, and she sits down. Her fiance, her husband, no, her husband. He looks nice. Everyone looks nice, and she sits down like, no, someone says, "Is everyone here?" And she's like, "Doesn't look like everyone is here." And Jackie says, "Well, I'm surprised Malaysia's not here." And she said, "Really? Are you surprised?" And mm, I mean, it's a sit down dinner, Malaysia. That's a little shitty. You could have at least, don't RSVP for a sit down dinner. For real, if you're not coming. But I don't know. Like I said, I didn't see this part. So maybe she's going to come in a little bit. Okay, so even at the table, Brandy is defending Malaysia, and she's like, well, maybe she'll be here for the after party, or maybe she just didn't want to sit next to me, or maybe, this was just too intimate. And the whole time, Duffy is irritated, like, why is she defending her? You can tell by the way she's sipping and slurping out of her glass, and I'm like, Duffy, pull back, ma. It's not that serious. And she starts singing because that's my best friend. And Brandy is getting irritated. And she says it. She's like, listen, Duffy is getting really irritating. And it just comes off a little jealous or whatever. Like, okay, if she want to defend her, so what? What do you care? Like, why are you doing all that? It's very juvenile. Haha, you guys, his name is Rockstar, not Hollywood. It's Rockstar. But she gets a phone call, Angel brings, and I wasn't calling Angel ugly. She's not ugly. She's just by far not the prettiest one on here. But she gets a phone call and he's like, "What's up with you? What you been doing?" And she hangs up and then she's like, "I gotta go." And it's just like really, really triggering me to think about what she did before. And I feel like she did that before when she was on the show. She never stayed for anything. She always left. She literally did not even stay for dinner. And I'm like, so one phone call and you barely said two words makes you want to leave dinner? And they're all like, oh my God, do you want me to walk you out? This and that. And I'm like, why is she here? Honestly, why is she here? Like, for real. But anyway, they bring out oysters and Jackie is like overjoyed. She's like, oh my God, Brandy, look, oh my God. I'm like, girl, it's just too much. Y'all, so Jackie is flicking her tongue on this oyster and she's like, it's salty, just like, and they like, just like what, Jackie? Just like what? Because y'all know the thing is, they say Jackie is a carpet muncher. Like Jackie likes the women. And she ends up putting it in her mouth and then spitting it out. And what's her name? Brooke is like, well, she doesn't get fellatio, so maybe that's why the texture is throwing her off. And I'm like, I forgot she said that. Ain't no way in the world you getting this dude to marry you every year and you ain't doing nothing. You ain't doing none of that. I don't believe her. I'm sorry, I don't believe her. Because why would you be doing that to women? And clearly, allegedly, she does it to women, but you don't do it to your man. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But anyway, Duffy is like, y'all wasting these, they expensive. And Brooke is like, thank you, girl. And then for some reason she was like, I know Malaysia won't. And I'm like, what does that mean? And then she starts singing the best friend song again. And then we have uh excuse me, Brandy being irritated again. And I'm like, yeah, Duffy's doing too much, y'all. All right, so of course Jackie has to call Malaysia to find out what happened. And apparently Malaysia went back to, I think she said Atlanta with the kids. And she talked to him and was like, listen, what do you want to do? You can either stay here. And I think she said she comes back like 2 or 3 times a week, or you can come with me. And they want to come with her. And she's like, so I'll be bringing them. And, she's a little put off because she's like, it's going to be me, 2 kids, and a dog in a 2-bedroom apartment. And I'm like, and like seriously, like people don't do it all the time. Are you kidding me? And Jackie told her, listen, it was 9 of us in a 3-bedroom house. You can do it. And I get it. I understand she's used to, living a certain lifestyle or whatever, but it's fine. And I'm sure it's not going to be a shabby apartment. And it's temporary. Like she's there for work. She's there to film the show. She's working, making decent money. So suck it up, Buttercup. All right, so then we have Duffy at her house with the baby. Her fiance comes in to get the baby. She's with somebody else, a music something. They end up calling French Montana. And I'm not going to lie, y'all, I fast forwarded, so I don't know what they talked about. But I'm sure it had everything to do with her storyline of wanting to quit, but not wanting to quit. So, all right. And then, oh my God, the next scene is her going to Angel Brinks's house. And I'm like, more shit I don't care about. I'm not gonna fast forward it, but because this is, I guess, the last scene, so I gotta tell y'all something. But I just really don't care about certain stuff and certain people. But I'm gonna suck it up for y'all. Let's see what they're talking about. Okay, so I actually feel bad for Angel Brinks. She got into it with Rockstar. They had a little situation and they're taking a break. And yeah, it is unfortunate because, her hormones are all over the place. She's pregnant and she's in the confessional saying how, listen, I've always wanted to have a dad, for my kids that is going to be involved and be there. And she doesn't think Rockstar is that person. And I'm like, ooh, that is not good. And that does not say a lot for him. I hope he's not like that. Like, that's terrible. But yeah, hopefully they get it together. And maybe I will show a little more interest in their storyline. But because I do feel for her as a woman, as a lady, I feel for her. And hopefully they get it together. But if you are still here, I really do appreciate you. Thank you so much. And you are the real MVP. If you have not already, please like, comment, and subscribe. I would appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Smooches.